Okay, in this video we'll be discussing even and odd numbers. We'll be checking while using PHP language even and odd numbers. So we'll be accessing that number from HTML. We'll be entering that number from user using HTML form, and it will be checked by PHP. So as you can see, if I enter here 9, it is an odd number. So it will be printed here odd. See, but if I enter here 12, now it is even number, and it will be printed here even. Let me submit. As you can see, even. So what is going on? So let's go to your VS Code, and I have already created this tut 6 odd even.php. Simply go there and create new file. Now let me remove all this stuff from here so that we can easily understand. Now first, within this PHP file I will use HTML exclamation mark enter, and it will provide this basic HTML boilerplate. Now within this HTML, first you need to create your form. So form takes two attributes. First one is action, but we don't need action right here. We'll have to use method. Now this method will take two values. One is get and the other is post. But in our case we'll be using post method, because post method is used whenever we want to get values from HTML form to PHP. For that we use post method. But when we want to get values from PHP to HTML, in that case we'll be using get. So in that case we'll use post. Now within this we need to first enter value from user. For that we'll have to use input, and this you can put it, you can write here text, but let me write here number. After that let me give it a name so that it would be used while using PHP. So the name must be num. You can give it any name. After that let me create here another input that will be submit. So input, now this will be submit, and it will have a value such as, you can give it store or whatever, but by convention we'll give it a name submit. Okay, so we have done our HTML coding. As you can see, we have a form, it has a method post, and it has two input. One this. So first let me save and go to your browser and reload it. Continue. As you can see, we have this. I can give it here many values. Submit, I can give it manually, as you can see 20, and submit, but nothing happened because we haven't done anything in PHP. So after this HTML body, we need to create the basic syntax of PHP. So the basic syntax of PHP we have already discussed in previous all videos. Now within this, first we need to check if the method is post or get. For that we have to use if statement. So check $sign post, and the post must be in capital letters, otherwise it will give you an error. So if it is post method, then we have to get this input num, and we have to store within another variable. So let me create here variable helping by the name of helping, and this will store this num input. Okay, and this num will be get by using post method again. So $sign underscore post, and within this bracket you have to use single quote, not double quote, otherwise it will give you an error. And within this single quote you have to put the name that you want to access, and that is num. We have given this input num, this one, whatever the value it has, it will be stored within this helping. Okay, now we will use our logic. Now we will use our logic for odd and even number. So it is very simple. So just use if statement. Within this if, now whatever the number that has been entered by user, it has stored within this helping variable. So we will use logic on this one. So helping mod 2. Whenever we find any odd number, then we have to use mod operator. Whatever its remainder will be, if it is after this bracket, if it is equal to 0, it means that it is an even number. So print double quote within this is an even number. Okay, after that, if the condition is false, it means that it is an odd number. So again echo, now within this echo print the message for your odd number. Okay, so what happened, whenever the user enter any number, it will be get by this post method and it will be stored within this helping. And here we have checked that I want this, suppose it is 10, I have found the mod of this 10 with 2, and whatever the remainder will be, it will be checked with this 0. So if it is true, then it will be printed. Otherwise, if it is false, it will skip this condition and it will comes to this else part and it will be printed. So Control S, go to your browser, reload your page. Now enter the value that you want. So I want 20. Now when 20 mod 2, so it's mean that the remainder will be 0 and condition is true, and it's mean that it is an even number. So okay, it's not printed. Let's see why it's not printed. I think we have made some mistake, so let me check. Okay, it is num post helping mod 2. This is everything is right, but still it's giving. Let me again reload. Reload. Let me zoom it out. Okay, reload from here so that we can start odd even. So suppose this time 9 and it is an even, so it must be printed odd number, not even. It must be printed. Okay, it's not working. So let me check helping mod 2. Everything is correct, but still it's not working. Mistake is this method. This is a method. By mistaken, I have wrote spelling mistake. So this must be method, not method. So again, Control F so that it could be saved. Go to your browser, reload the page. Now enter suppose 20 and submit. See, this is an even number. Again, this time 9 and it is an odd number. So it will be odd number. So in that way you can check odd and even number while using your PHP.